Hi everyone, and welcome to Divinity Original Sin 2. This is a game I've actually played quite a lot in my free time when I'm not recording or anything, and it's actually going to be the next sort of series on the channel. The reason why it's not going to be Empire Earth, like I said it might be in the last video, is because I kind of ran into another program. You remember how I said that NVIDIA Shadowplay, basically, it was recording it well enough? Well, when I was actually playing the game, it seemed all fine, but then as I started to actually look at the recording in my editing program, it would flash up this blue mouse point across the screen, like the problems I already explained in the Trials and Tribulations video I uploaded to my channel. Only it was happening way more than I thought. Like in the game, I didn't see it happening at all, but it would happen constantly flashing on the screen. And even though it wasn't enough to give people a seizure or people who have epilepsy, it was just too damn annoying that I don't ever want to upload it. So Empire Earth is officially cancelled on my channel, and the only way I think I'll ever really get to record myself playing it rather than just me playing it in my own free time is basically if the game ever gets onto Steam, because I'm currently using the GOG version, the Good Old Games version, and apparently I'm actually kind of lucky because the fact that I'm playing it on Windows 7, because people who play it on Windows 10 have to go through all kinds of trials and tribulations, like the title of my video, to even get the damn thing working. So I guess yay for me. Anyway, this series of Divinity Original Sin 2 is going to be a roleplay series, so I'm basically going to be voicing and acting out the character. There's not really going to be too much out-of-character explanations, and you'll definitely be able to tell when I'm voice acting the character as well, because I'll be using a much different voice to my just regular voice. But before I get into it, I just want to go over the mods and tell you all the stuff I'm using and like what it means and why I'm using it. Okay, so first mod I'm using is called Sorcery Worthy of a Collar. By the way, all these are mods of the Steam Workshop, so if you just search this stuff in the Steam Workshop, you should be able to download it and then be able to slot it into your game and play just like I am if you want to. Okay, so I'll explain what they all do. Sorcery Worthy of a Collar basically gives you a bunch of overpowered source spells, because in this game, a sorcerer, they'll explain it soon, but a sorcerer is basically someone who knows how to use really powerful magic, and it used to be completely okay to use in the past. It can either be the magic you can use can either be beneficial magic, such as healing a bunch of people and like doing miracles and like curing diseases, or it can be on the bit more violent side, like blasting people to oblivion, creating volcanoes, stuff like that. Well, not actual volcanoes, but you can definitely create lava with one of these spells. And recently in the this universe, the Divinity universe, these things have come along called Voidwoken, and no one knows why they've really came, but they're kind of attracted to source spells, which is the kind of spells I just talked about. So you actually get put in jail for that, and this basically makes it that you can cast the spells that you would actually be getting put into jail for, because in the regular game the spells aren't that powerful. Next up, we have fast casting mages. It reduces the cooldowns on all spells. I'm pretty sure this works on enemies as well as you. I find it very fair, mainly because, in my opinion, you couldn't cast fast enough when you didn't have this installed, so that's why I have it installed. Then I also have max 8 AP, which stands for action points. Action points are the, basically you spend them to either walk forward a little bit, to stab an enemy, that kind of stuff. And I thought that the base game, you only having 6 wasn't enough, and I like to sometimes wait my turn and build up a bit more. Consuming drinks and potions gives you empty bottles. This is even though it gives me a bit of advantage, I just put this in because, well, it seems stupid that your bottle would disappear every time you drank a potion. Like, what are you doing? Are you crunching down on the glass and eating the entire thing? That doesn't really seem realistic. Crafting overhaul, because, it just sounded nice. The crafting system in the game seemed a bit basic. Fast run speed, because this doesn't affect combat at all, so it's not actually an overpowered thing for combat. But when you're not in combat, you walk the slowest snail's pace, and this actually makes it that even your walk speed is a bit of a jog, which I like. No psychic enemies, because it actually says here, there's one glaring example. Basically, one of the characters, the origin characters, like a character with an already created backstory in this game called Fane, he is undead, and undead has special abilities in this game. Poison heals you, and life magic actually damages you. And what would happen normally is that enemies would just somehow know he's a skeleton, even when he was disguised. Like, you actually find he's disguised quite early on in the game, and they would just use life magic on you when really they shouldn't be using it, because they should think it heals him, and they shouldn't know he's a skeleton right away. Elf armor because I didn't like it how every single time you put armor on an elf, it just, whatever, the armor basically warps itself to make you look like some kind of wood elf from Warhammer. So if you don't know what that means, basically imagine like someone was wearing a bunch of armor made out of twigs, barks, and vines. Yes, it all kind of looks lovely, but I don't want the nice looking black leather jacket that I got for another character to suddenly turn into a twiggy vest whenever you put it on the elf. Also, it was very, very revealing for female elves, and this changes that so that they kind of look more normal. Let there be tooltips. So basically it puts tooltips on heaps and heaps of objects so you can read about what they do. Better clouds makes clouds be more distinguishable, such as steam and such, so you'll be able to notice them more, and it'll also probably make the game look prettier. And a simulated day and night cycle, which might mean there's a bit of weird points in the game where like the night, it will be nighttime because of the simulated cycle, and it'll go to an area which must be daylight, so it'll change really quickly. Source skills free. I think I'm actually going to turn this off. I don't know why I have it on. Seems a bit overpowered. Basically, it was going to make it that your source skills don't cost action points, which I don't really want. Character creation colors I have off because otherwise you can add way more colors for this stuff. Like you can make completely red elves and basically make them look like Hellboy. If you don't know who he is, I'm pretty sure he's a Marvel or DC character, one of those. He's basically a demon and completely red. I have that off right now because it could get a little ridiculous with that. Level up all equipment, including uniques. Basically, it puts this one girl who you can talk to, and if you become her friend through some dialogue, you can upgrade your equipment, which I want to do in this playthrough, mainly because the character I'll be playing as, he's going to want, he gets kind of emotionally attached to certain weapons and likes to keep them. Rapiers / dagger finesse. In the original version of the game, the only thing that you could really use as a dexterous character are daggers, but this adds rapiers. So basically, you can look a little bit more like a fence, and they still work exactly like daggers, which I like a lot. So I'm just going to click confirm. And now I'm going to go into the story and start creating the actual character. I'm going to be playing on classic mode because in my opinion that's enough of a challenge. Tactician mode is an honor mode. Well, tactician mode is much harder. I've tried it. You get beaten by a lot of things. Explorer mode is slightly too easy for me. And honor mode means it's permadeath, so the game will constantly save whenever you lose a party member and not allow you to reload anything, which I want to be able to do because, well, it could make this roleplay series more thematic. And so that's why I'm picking classical mode. And yeah, honor mode is basically, as I said, permadeath. Yes, begin. Achievements will be disabled when playing with add-ons. Do you want to continue? Yes, I'm playing the Divinity version for getting achievements anyway, so if you don't know what that is, this is the classical version, and the Divinity version updates the game in a few ways, so unfortunately I won't be playing with those updates, including an actual tutorial level that will be completely skipped, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference to the game overall, and also I don't want to put all the same mods onto the Divinitive Edition because some of the mods I'm using right now don't even have a Divinitive Edition version, like for instance Sorcery Wars of Color. Basically, I'm farming achievements on the Divinitive Edition and not recording that. So yeah, and now you know what I'm doing. Yeah, unfortunately this game can take a little while to load. So while this bar is loading, I might as well explain what this character is going to be. He's going to be an undead skeleton necromancer lizard called Zarka. And I'm basically going to be playing as one heck of a narcissistic a-hole. So if you don't know what narcissistic means, it means basically you only care about yourself and only yourself. So if you basically use and murder people and do whatever he wants to do to try and get ahead of the competition, that means basically anyone. I've already decided I'm going to pick Lone Wolf, so he's going to have hardly any party character interactions, and I've already decided on one character I basically want to have with me, because when you pick Lone Wolf, instead of having 4 party members like usual, even though this displays 5 right here, you have you can have just one other, and then you really should pick Lone Wolf for them as well, because Lone Wolf basically makes your character a lot tougher and even gives you more action points to spend. But the downside is, of course, that you can only have one other companion with you, and that is exactly what I'm going off here, because he's also a bit of a loner. Also, I'm going to be skipping the intro cinematic because I basically already thought of his backstory. Okay, so pretty much for his backstory, he was a necromancer pretending to be just basically using some kind of spell to disguise himself to look human. And well, a lizard. He's a lizard. And then what ended up happening was the Magisters, basically this huge order, which is also a giant local police force, just came along and basically captured him, and now he's in the starting boat you're in, So that's why I'm going to be skipping the intro cinematic, because it shows everyone being captured basically in a big city, which is not what happens here. As for class, I'm thinking either I'm going to go with necromancer or witch. In fact, there is no necromancer, so yeah, witch it is. And then, of course, after you do that, you can go into... Wait, no, it is a preset. So you can choose a bunch of skills you want to start with. So right now, the skills I've chosen, it has already picked for me, is Mosquito Swarm, Raise Bloated Corpse, and Chloroform, which I'm actually going to change it out a little. I'm going to get this very soon, but I'm going to get Decaying Touch. So here's what all these abilities do. Chloroform, basically, it gets rid of magic armor, and you basically throw a bottle of sleeping agent, and if it hits someone, it makes them fall asleep. Mosquito Swarm does physical damage to enemies and also gives them bleeding. Very, very useful when you can cast this at range. And then, of course, Decaying Touch makes that you decay enemies, so when they are healed, they take damage instead, even if they are undead. It works on just about anyone. And then, of course, there's a name. I forgot if I'd done it with... Nah, it seems stupid like that. Yeah, that's it. And then, of course, there's the appearance. You can, of course, change the look of the bone. I'm going to go here with a very, very skin color-ish looking bone, because that was, I'm going to make it that he basically used his spell to make himself look a little like his bone is, so everyone just thought he was a bit more of a, tan-colored lizard. As for what kind of skull he has, he's just going to have a plain skull because he had no time to do any fancy work on it. He was too busy messing around with these zombies and skeletons. And, hairstyle, he's actually going to kind of look kind of boring. I think I'm going to just leave it as almost exactly how it is. And, from what I can guess, this, it's hardly even changing the hair color. Like, I can hardly even notice any difference. I'll just go with, Topaz. Alright, I'm going to pick that one because that's going to be most like the voice I'm actually going to use for him, which is going to be kind of a bit weird, I know, because I'm going to be doing his voice, and it also has in-game voice acting. Just try to ignore the in-game voice acting. Oh yeah, and also special talent. It starts you off with Leech, which can be very useful for an undead, because as you stand in blood, you actually heal. But I'm going to go straight for Lone Wolf, because, well, as I already said before. Instruments, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it on this one, the Bansu. This is basically the music that plays whenever you get into combat in-game. And the different instruments mean different things. Like, we'll play different versions of combat music. You have like 3 tracks each. But hold on, excuse me for a minute. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll try and edit it out if I can. I just ended up getting a massive glob of phlegm in my throat. I don't know why. Kind of disgusting. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to try to ignore it. So anyway, instruments in this case won't really matter that much, because I'm just going to be editing in my own my own music over the in-game music, because it can actually get a little samey, even though the soundtrack is awesome at times. Then for tags, you can choose your tags and your origin. So he's already a lizard, a male, and an undead, obviously, because that's what I chose. I've already decided this. He's going to be a barbarian and a scholar. This may make no sense to you when you first think of it. Like, barbarian, here it says that they call you a savage, an animal. They don't know what it's like to fight tooth claw just to survive. You do. It's not going to be like that. He's not an actual barbarian. Basically, what this represents is he's so non-caring and somewhat bloodthirsty that he acts a bit like a brute. And scholar, because he's very well learned, because you'd have to be to actually start researching all the undead stuff. So anyway, off we go into the game, and I'm going to actually start trying, like, well, roleplay and act as the character now. So off we go. Going to be skipping the intro cinematic, of course, like I said before. Oh yeah, and it also gives you a warning that playing as undead, you must basically hide themselves through wearing cloth all over them and like basically cover every part of the body unless they have a disguise. But they can pick locks with a bony finger, which means they have unlimited lock picks and healing spells and everything with damage. So off we go. Yes, I am done with character creation. Wait a second, this isn't my laboratory. What's going on? Who are you? You aren't one of my skulls. I never resurrected you. You keep laughing, Scully, and I'm gonna grab you off that damn pedestal, smash you to bits, and resurrect you as a phallic object! Blah, 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 whatever, screw you, don't even care. Now, how do you even get off this damn ship? Wait, do you mean Source Caller? Leash! Why, Good to know. Yes, so why exactly did you put this collar on my head? And blow up the ship. You do realize what a source spell would actually do, don't you? You won't hold me blowing up the ship. You're a funny one, lady, but I'm not going to do it. In case you haven't realized, ships are incredibly flammable. Yes, I can always imagine the perfect fashion accessory for you. I'll recommend it later. I had guessed that. Yes, now if you excuse me, I must get going. Magister, what's his name that you just mentioned will want to see me? Might as well shut the door. Good evening, Magisters. Not gonna bother with that murder. No, sir. It's your job to take care of it. You're doing an excellent job, by the way. Oh, great. This ship has already got kids on it. As if my life couldn't get any better. It's just got a bedroll. Now, I just need to find someone on this ship who can potentially tell me to get off. Greetings, elf. What exactly are you doing there? It looks like you're rubbing your chest. What's so funny? You just rolled double one. You're playing against yourself? Because if you are, I think you just lost. Against yourself. What they look... Who? What? It's dice, lady. Dice! Of course they look like snake eyes. You just rolled that. I gathered as much. Okay, if you could apparently decide fate, whose fate exactly are you deciding? Of course it wouldn't be mine. We never met. You didn't even know if we're gonna live or not. What, got something on my face or something? No. Right. Well, if you excuse me, I need to find out some, more information about this ship. Whatever. Excuse me there. Fellow lizard, yes, you, the red one. Can you tell me anything about this ship? I need to know where the, bathroom is, yes. Excuse me, but I am not your personal mannequin! Remedy? What are you talking about? You're not one of the Magisters. You don't even have a cure plan. I've heard those folks do. From somewhere. I have a better idea. How about, will you answer why you're such a pompous, arrogant frat bag? As with you, which I might slap later. Good day, sir. You, lady, can you tell me where the bathroom is? That actually, doesn't even... I mean, no, it sounds terrible. Yes, of course, it sounds terrible. Yeah, I guess so. Ugh. Can you tell... No, he seems way too busy with his book. I guess I'll just register then. I mean, and worse has happened to me amazingly enough. Yes, I know, I've read some history books, actually. Excellent, then I can find out where the bathroom is on this ship, yes. She did a... Oh yeah, the murder on board, of course. Oh, feisty one. You're not talking about my life, are you? Right away, sir. I mean, if she doesn't blow up the ship, it's fine with me. You're gonna do what now? Wait, you actually planned... You maniac! If you blow up the ship, we'll all sink and die. Most likely you! No, stop it. I order you to... Ah, my bones! I can feel them rattling. Oh, hey, what do you know? The Magister's dead? There's loot? There's loot around. Ah, this could have gone way worse than I thought. Thank you very much. I'll take your gold. And I'll take that too. And how poor are you dunces? They didn't even give you a good paycheck. Oh. Why, look. Some weapons. Good. I suppose I use what I can actually know how to use. In other words, a dagger. I mean, it's not much. More like a kitchen knife. I wish I had my old wands and such back home. They were much better. Now, since there's no one around to even see me, I can loot this place to my heart's content. Sure, I don't need to eat any of this, but the fleshlings around will most likely trade quite a piece for everything here. And I do mean everything. Absolutely everything. I mean, sure, you may think a plate or an empty cup. Why would you ever use that? Why would you even sell it? Well, you'd be surprised what you can use as a blunt weapon some days. Yes, no, I don't even know why I'm talking to myself. Just, I feel like it. And since I'm alive, I'm basically in charge here. In charge of myself. So I can do what I want, damn it. How many playing cards even need to play a damn game? What are these magicians playing anyway? Go fish? Oh, that would have been pretty funny if the explosion happened. Oh, Dave, what do you got there? A 7? No, go fish. Ah, and then they all die. Oh, that is kind of a funny thought. Oh, look, it's the one pleasant fellow on the ship who been apparently a little bit nice to me, and he has a key. Wait a second. Are you dead? Turnips! No, you absolute moron! Now wake up and tell me you're dead! Wait, that was an idiotic question. How can he be dead if he's alive? Wait a minute. If he's... No one else is around to see this. Oh, glorious. Bottoms up, your highness. I heard you were some kind of royal. Let's make you a dead one. Not dead yet? Oh, I'll fix that. Now, give me all your shit. It's mine now. Oh, bother. The other lizard's dead. I guess I liked it a bit. But not you. I'd spit on your corpse. In fact, I hate you so much. There, if they bury you, they can say that you died in your own poison-ridden diarrhea. Stupid, stupid royal. I hate them. Well, now that that's done, I might as well find my way off the ship eventually. I mean, I have no worries of drowning since I'm undead. Oh, look, it's the elf. Oh, yeah, if you want to get off, the ship's like breaking and shit. Hey, get up, you seem useful. Okay, whatever you say, you dice-obsessed lunatic, I'll leave you here then. Good riddance. Okay, let's see. Logical conclusion to going upstairs is this ladder right here. I mean, the other one was most likely been, I don't know, too small to fit through some gap. I don't know. Don't care right now. Ooh. Golden cup. Don't mind if I do. Might as well sell that later. Let's see here. More magisters. Yet more magisters. More dead magisters. This is actually well, quite fortuitous. If they were alive, they'd probably fight me on the way out, because, oh no, look, the sorcerer's escaping. Best stop them escaping while risking our lives in the process. That's magisters in a nutshell, damn it. Idiots. I mean, sure, they saw me doing necromancy in my home when they arrested me, but they could have at least taken me to court. I have enough money to buy a lawyer, damn it. Ah, well, at least no one is around to see me catch fire like a buffoon. Wait a minute. Please don't tell me you're around to see me catch fire like a buffoon. If you are, I promise I'll pay you a whole 7 gold to shut up about it. Oh boy, man, where'd you go? How much money you pay to have that engraved into you? Are you talking about the book? Or some tree some random hooligan scrolled on with graffiti in your hometown? Yep, that's definitely the book you're talking about. That's why I actually laminate mine myself. You should try it. It really, really works well on them. Yes, I'm actually here. I'm surprised you haven't noticed me talking. Why, yes, of course. I'm just a little too frightened to scream right now. Oh, you noticed that I'm dead. Okay, in that case, I'll drop the act. I'm currently looting the shit out of this place. Well, yeah, good luck with that. I mean, as you said, that book's gonna probably be soggy by the end of this. Hang on a second. I think I know this skull. Ooh, death fog. And everyone knows that death fog means death for everyone but me, and that other undead there, which means most likely there's a bunch of fools who have died in here and dropped all their goodies. Which I was right about. I love it when I'm right. Might as well grab half a sword, because half of a sword is still a poor man's club. Again, what are they even paying those magisters? That was a knight, for the divine sake. A knight should be worth more than 4 gold. I mean, I guess they're not paying. I'm glad they're not paying them much because that means they're underfunded, which means later on I have less trouble fighting through them. But still, right now I want more money. Damn it! It's gonna come in handy. Oh, you see that? Get dunked on, loser. Ah, of course there's a couple of void woken. You fellas wouldn't mind any hot sauce with you, cause I have a bottle of it. Yeah, get dunked on, you fools. Oh, you like that? How about a few mosquitoes? Trust me, they don't hurt much. Psych! Oh, look at that, you little moron! I didn't even care that you're whacking me. You walked through the fire, that was my plan all along. And now, decay you. Oh, I love it when they squeal. And it's time to knock the ever-living shit out of you. Bottoms up. And again. There we go. Nothing like a little murder to get the blood flowing, or lack of blood in my case. Still makes me excited. I mean, who doesn't love murdering innocent fools? And especially idiotic fools, like Voidwoken who have half bee brain. Hey lady, try some sunscreen, it might help! Oh look, 2 people I don't remember, including a bunch of kids. And me next, just like the old stories don't say. Kid, you'd be lucky if anyone else came along. On my watch, we helped no one but me, and perhaps that dwarf there. In fact, yeah, he seems like a nice fellow. What do you say? Move aside, kid, I'm chopping this damn rope. And now, kid, you are going to learn the strategy of how I've been keeping myself alive for the last 3 centuries or so. Screw the people. See, we're all going to survive, and it's going to be a happy, happy day. Now shut up and stop crying! See, like I said, the boat is utterly effed. And we are here completely fine, and nothing... Well, this wasn't what I expected, but I mean, I guess you can just hit the sea floor without any worries. Wait, who that? Who the heck are you? Why are you taking me... If I owe you something, that's not gonna cut it. I don't owe you shit. I wasn't gonna die anyway. Yep, so I'm going to be talking out of character for a few moments here. That's basically the sort of tutorial section of Fort Joy. I'm going to go on a little longer here on the beach and then end the episode because I think that'll be a good point to end it. I'll make sure this is a good point to actually cut away. Now, of course, getting back into character once this loads. As if I even needed that help. I mean, who was that person that even rescued me? If I ever gonna find them, like I said, I don't owe them shit. Wait a second. My loot's still here. My loot's still here! Okay, random person that saved me, I take it back. You saved my loot. And in that case, I do owe you something. Please, come find me again and we can work out some kind of deal. Now, to find out where I actually am. You there, small peasant boy, I need directions, now! Yes, I'm talking to you. Then don't, you dipshit! Fine! Useless. Must be someone around here who can even tell me where I am. And more importantly, how to get off it, since it's obviously an island. I need to get back to Driftwood, and actually get back to my house. Wasn't Driftwood, wasn't it? Ah, yes, of course it was. Huh. What do you know? More void woken. I'm going to bet that whatever treasure they're guarding is completely crap compared to the effort of fighting them. In other words, I'm going to come back later once I have a meat shield. Let's see here. Oh, a barrel. Didn't mean to pick up the damn thing. Forgot how ridiculously strong I am. Ooh, seashells! I've heard in ancient cultures these are actually used as a currency. They're probably almost worthless right now, but I mean, I guess I can take them. Might as well. I mean, someone would probably buy this shit. No doubt one of those kids. They must like seashells. Wait a sec. You? I thought you died in the ship. What the hell are you doing here? I thought I seen you in a pile of your own blood when you tripped over and smacked your nose too hard. You try to stare me down because I'm absolutely terrified. I did no such thing, sir. I just asked how you ever survived that ship. Oh, how quaint. Would you mind telling me who that grapevine was? Well, you got no reason to complain. I mean, after I saw you bleeding out, I must think it a freaking miracle for you to get back here. And you'll find it was not a cuttlefish. That was a kraken, you absolute imbecile. Know the difference. Yes, there is nothing further. I have much more important things to do than talking to a sunbaked moron on a rock. Well, screw you too. What are you doing here? Well, if you don't steal my loot, I don't give a shit. You can follow me. Whatever. More barrels. Nothing even in them. Ooh, jackpot. So many seashells. But I bet that kid right there is going to want to buy all of them. Oi, kid, you want to buy my stuff? Wait a second. Zarka, it was you! It was you all along! You were the one! You were the one who told the others, oh, I'm going to give you so much pain, you won't even know what pain is anymore! Take that too! Get back here! Yeah, I'm actually, my throat's getting a little sore, so I know this is kind of a weird point to end it, but I'm just gonna basically save the game and end it here. It actually hurts doing that voice a little. Though I'm not gonna strain myself way too much. I'm just going to basically, yeah, end it here and call the video and call this episode 1. So thanks for watching.